there's another clip that I had of some social media influencers who had just met with Bibi Netanyahu. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right, nor do I care, because I believe you're a war criminal. Okay, this is a post from Deborah Leah. Well, I've talked to her a few times on X. Okay, let me see here. In honor of asking Netanyahu about Charlie Kirk's assassination and the potential loss of evangelical support. Okay, let's see what the question is that was asked. Oh, make it big.
So something I would like to raise, which was actually my first published paper, was how you and the Likud party are cut from the same ideological cloth as Trump and the GOP in America. And so specifically with Charlie Kirk's assassination, who was a big mentor of mine, who's my first mentor in the space, evangelicals, from all my research, evangelicals are the reason that Israel has been supported in public sphere outside of just Jews. So with Charlie's assassination and with the kind of trajectory that we see with like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, I guess I'm curious about what's another game plan if we lose evangelical support for the state of Israel. What's our backup plan to be strong, like outside of the diaspora?
I did not know that evangelicals were strong supporters of Jews historically, so I'm gonna look into what she said because that interests me. I would like to know more about the situation in the Middle East, and I would like to know why America supports Israel so much, and you know what groups are supporting them. So I'll check that out. I believe I'm about to play his answer. I hope.
Christian influencers. Okay. You said you talked about the woke right, and you said I call it the woke Reich. That's a brilliant.
So this nigga got jokes.
Woke right, because these people, you know, they're not any different from the woke left. I mean, they're insane. They're loonies. But they're actually meeting on some of the things. And what we have to do is we have to secure that part of the base of our support in the United States.
I guess I'm biased towards this man, but hearing a war criminal call other people lunatics is peak irony.
And what we have to do is we have to secure that part of the base of our support in the United States. That is being challenged systematically. A lot of this is done with money. Money of.
That's why I don't like this man, bro. China and Israel have a lot of money and they influence American politics. So why is this man who America gives a lot of money to and Israel gives America a lot of money talking about it's a systematic thing being funded? Israel has a lot of money.
Money of NGOs, vast. Money of governments, vaster.
Not to go on a rant, but like I'll wait till another episode to discuss this. But there's a high percentage of billionaire Jews in America, so it's just striking me as ridiculous for this guy to talk about money and talk about how money's being put behind the opposition, the people pro-Palestine, who is a younger voice and a newer voice. That's new for people to be talking about Palestine. It always was being told that we should be pro-Israel. I feel like the money in the media and stuff is being funded by I'm not gonna say the Jews, but being funded by people who are pro-Israel. But let me give this man a chance.
Okay, we have to fight back. How do we fight back? Our influencers. I think you should also talk to them if you have a chance. To that community, they're very important. And
any Israeli influencers, you are welcome to come on this show because I would like to learn more about your culture and more about the situation in the Middle East. Clearly, I don't know a lot, but I have an opinion, so I would be interested in learning more for you. And if you're willing to come on, you're welcome.
And secondly, we're going to have to use the tools of battle. You know, the weapons change over time. You can't fight today with swords. That doesn't work very well, okay? And you can't fight with cavalry. That doesn't work very well. And you have these new things, you know, like drones, things like that. I won't get into that. But we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefields in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are in social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is
followers.
TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential.
we're going to do a deep dive on the Jews because this is just going to be necessary. Now, from my understanding, America didn't want China to have any ownership in TikTok because they had our data. Now, I haven't looked into it, but I've seen some clips stating that some Jewish people are behind purchasing TikTok, which again is ironic because this man is talking about who's putting money behind what. And they're saying that possibly Zionists and Israelis are about to buy TikTok. And what it seemed like he just said was it's very important that Israel is behind buying TikTok. I don't know if it's an error or if people didn't think this was going to come out, but why would it be important that your group is in control of the narrative of the young people? We should just get all the information. So I don't like what he's implying right here.
And the other one? What's the other one that's most important?
X.
X. That's very good. And, so we have to talk to Elon. He's not an enemy. He's a friend.
I really don't like this man, bro. So he's really just publicly saying what I think is a problem. He's trying to influence the information we receive and influence what we believe about Israel and Gaza instead of just letting us have all the information. He's literally saying we have to purchase and own TikTok because we can't let people see both sides. Now he's trying to talk to Elon to influence Elon to not allow people to just share their thoughts. On X, basically it's kind of like free speech more so than some of the other platforms. People of disagreeing perspective and disagreeing views are allowed to, share their opinion. I think there's nothing wrong with that. So I shouldn't jump to conclusions, but it sounds like he's saying he wants to talk to Elon to change what I just said. And it's not get the pro-Israel narrative out. I mean, there's pro-Israel narrative on X now, but it seems like he may be trying to close down the anti-Israel narrative. And that's what I think is a problem.
He's a friend. We should talk to him. Now, if we can get those two things, we get a lot, and I could go on other things, but that's not the point right now. We have to fight the fight, okay? To give direction to the Jewish people and give direction to our non-Jewish friends or those who could be our Jewish friends.
Bro, we don't need no direction, man. Just tell us the truth. I mean, hopefully the good and the bad, but just tell us the truth and we can have a conversation. I feel like America would support Israel if they knew, not support Israel, but support Israel. I shouldn't say support them, would be supportive of many things with Israel if we had all the data and we were allowed to choose for ourselves what we wanted to do. What we don't want is you to present a narrative to us and then tell us to follow your narrative because you may be lying. You may not, but you may be lying.
Could be our Jewish our friends. Are we going to succeed with everyone? No. Will there be a strong counterpart? Yes.
Me? All right, he seems to acknowledge there being a counterpoint, but what does he want to do with the counterpoint, right? I just want the counterpoint to be able to share their views. And if he's okay with that, then I'm okay with you, BB, as far as that situation. Now, after this meeting that happened on X, I saw with the influencers, that was BB meeting with some influencers. So Deborah, I followed Deborah. She was in it. Yes. And then Emily, who I've seen on X as well, she seems to be over here. So there's a video of her, though, that I saw. And I'm about to play that for you guys right now. Okay. On X, some of the same names pop up. Emily is she's Jewish and she's an influencer. I think she's cool and nuanced. I think her ad is like Emily Austin or something. So you can follow her. To me, she gives a fair and honest perspective. So I think you may learn some things about Jewish people from seeing what she has to say. But the guy in the back, I think his name's Xavier. I had talked to him. He blocked me. I don't know why everybody blocks me, but let's see what this video is about. And yeah, I mean, you can follow Xavier too. I don't have any problems with anybody. This was not funny. It was utterly ridiculous. And I don't think it's going to have any sort of, it's not going to have the effect they want. I don't think this is going to make people more pro-Israeli. So for one, they're calling other people names and calling them anti-Semites for disagreeing with Israel. I'm not sure why. And they're also touching on a bunch of things that people kind of have a problem with. So this is insinuating that Jews have money, Jews are in control of the media, and that Jews are successful when they network with one another. These are kind of all things that people say that they think is negative about Israel. So I'm not sure why they're laughing about it when people are saying that there's a kind of a private, not gonna say private organization, but basically the Jews work with themselves to promote other Jews, to get other Jews positions, and to help out Israel over America. They didn't say that, but the jokes they're making, they're almost kind of like laughing in people's face, like saying, what are you going to do if that's what we're doing? I hope that the Jews are not doing that. And what I hope is happening is that Jews are just working hard, which maybe they were trying to say, but it didn't come off that way. I would just like to think that Jews are working hard. Their scores kind of say that. I showed you the scores of Asians, and maybe next episode I'll break down how the Jews score. But I just always thought they were working hard. They were a small group of people, so it's easier for a small group to work hard than a large group. Like whites, it's a lot of them. Hispanics also, and blacks, it's a lot of them. So sometimes if a small group focuses on something, I think, like, for example, I need to pull up more statistics beforehand, but Nigerians tend to do well in America. Well, they're black, so why are they doing better than other blacks? It might be because it's a small group of people. So if that small group of people is coming over as immigrants in a small group, their culture is able to keep their identity, but also easier promote things like reading, promote educations. So I think that also plays a role with the Jewish people, in that the Nigerians and the Jews are small populations. So it's a little bit easier to have the families and the group of those people do well, because it's not as many people you're trying to get to do the right thing. So with something like whites, it's just going to be a large range because there's so many white people. Well, I'm exiting out this because I'm trying to go to PBD and Nick Fuentes, but this post came from Lily, who I mentioned before. Okay, the joke's funny, but it's not funny because I don't agree with it. But then she's saying nigga again. This Lily is the nigga girl, basically the N-word girl. But then she posted this. Oh, that's why Xavier blocked me. I need to apologize to Xavier. I know what happened. So she said gay ad nigga, which that's not funny. But then, well, it's not unfunny. I don't know how I feel about it. But then she said we standing with the Jews and shit. So they got the Jews with the JOO because it's kind of like a joke on the Jews and what they're doing. And then also the joke with the in shit is supposed to be calling black people dumb. But we went over this already. Black people score lower than the whites in America, but you know, there are whites in America who score low, and there are whites, whole countries of white people that score low like blacks. So I don't necessarily agree with Lily trying to make fun of black people. And honestly, I've heard Lily talk and I spoke. I wouldn't necessarily say that she's the brightest.